All right. Hello, everyone. Fusion Hades here. This is a new thing I'm going to be doing with my friends, maybe just usually Alex. We're going to talk about Yu Gi Oh products. And today we're going to talk about something that really got us interested, even with my other friends, the Egyptian structure decks. Slifer the Sky Dragon and Obelisk the Tormentor. Like, seriously, I'm glad they're getting your support. Rob was
I am
feeling
too.
lonely. Oh, wait, sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead,
No,
speak.
no, no,
Kaiser?
no, no. I won't speak. Yeah.
Okay, let me just finish the whole freaking article says. Awaken the power of the Egyptian god cards. If you ever wanted to build a deck around an Egyptian god but didn't know where to start, look no further than the Egyptian god decks. Egyptian god deck Slifer Sky Dragon, and Egyptian god deck Obelisk a Tormentor. Serves serves up simple strategies to summon and win with either Slifer Sky Dragon or Obelisk a Tormentor. Slifer Sky Dragon. Slifer powers up depending on how many cards you have in your hand, so this deck uses token generating effects to help you gather the three required tributes while using fewer cards from your hand and after your after you have Slifer on the field power up with cards that let you draw more cards, like a brand new Thunder Force attack. Based on Slifer's signature attack, this spell can destroy all your opponent's face up monsters at any time. But if you use it during your own main phase, you can draw a card for each monster that is destroyed by that effect. Obelisk the Tormentor unleashes the true power of Obelisk Tormentor by attributing two monsters you control and wipe your opponent's monsters off the field. This deck uses self-replicating monsters to provide tributes and protect your life points as you get closer to drawing your divine beast. Obelisk's own ability can crush your opponent's monsters all at once, but throw in the new spell card, Fist of Fate, and you can negate a monster's effect and destroy without needing to tribute. Activate during your own main phase, and you can crush all your opponent's spells and trap cards as well. Each Egyptian god card deck is 40 cards total and includes one Egyptian god card and 5 new cards. 4 unique new cards as well as one copy of Soul Crossing, a brand new quick play spell includes in both decks that lets you tribute summon your Egyptian god card by tributing your opponent's monsters. Each deck is playable on its own straight out of the box and comes with a dueling guide that explains the basic strategies and some rules you should know to get most out of your deck. Of course, if you pick up both, you can mix and match their strategies to create an awesome deck that can wield multiple Egyptian god cards. Egyptian God deck, Slifer's God Dragon, and Obelisk Tormentor releases the OTS stores on the 6th, 9th, 2021. Each Egyptian God deck contains 40 cards, 4 ultras, 4 super rares, 32 commons, and 1 deluxe game mat dueling guide. So what do you think, Kaiser?
I think that these structure decks are one of the best thing that could happen to the to Slifer and Obelisk.
Yeah, they needed support. Raw got support. Rager Raw. I wish he would have gotten a structure deck also to gain reprints of some of those expensive cards. But right now, Konami most likely needs to squeeze out all that money
Out of
from
us,
Raw support. So yeah,
from our fucking tits way.
yeah. Slifer used to be my main monster when I was a kid, but then growing up, I realized after I found out the Egyptian gods and I was looking at Raw once more, I was like, even though he's a giant chicken, he looks really cool for a giant chicken. And he's the sun, the god of the sun. So, and he had more support compared to Slifer and Obelisk. Now, I don't know. I kind of want to make a deck of each of their own, but I feel like with a video I saw earlier of a YouTuber, I feel like I can mix all three of them into one deck. Although
Like raw.
yeah, it's mostly a raw focus deck, but I can run Slifer and Obelisk in there, which I want to do. Because if I make Raw by himself, I would have to run like other cards I don't want to run to. I'd rather make decks pure as possible, casually as possible, not be like competitively. I don't like competitive plays. I know a lot of people do, but I find competitive kind of toxic a little bit. It gets to a point where you can't really do much once your opponent has already a board full of negates, by the way. So, and hand traps. Let's not forget about hand traps. But from a casual point of view, I like these structure decks. I doubt they're gonna be competitive. Maybe. I mean, I've seen a competitive raw deck before, but the cards you have to have for that deck to work are kind of expensive. So
I'd imagine.
I
It's
mean,
a lot of money for some of this stuff.
I forgot what pot you have to run. Pot of extravagance. That card's expensive. You need like three of those. Three of those. Not to mention, there's a chance you might banish your Egyptian God Slime fusion card because it randomly bans, a monster from the extra deck. Six or three of them. And I know Pot of Prosperity, but that's a new one. That's a better version of Pot of Extravagance, is out. But it's actually more expensive since it barely came out like a month ago, I think, from Blazing Vortex, which is a hard to pull by the way because it's Secret Starlight rare, and I think Secret rare. I think it's those two. Yeah, those are expensive and hard to pull. So yeah, no, I would rather just build it casually as possible. And besides, casual is more fun. You get to see each archetype make their own field and see what they can do without, like having a lot of negates. I mean,
Fucking you over.
like unlike Cyber Dragon, sadly, pure as possible, you're gonna make infinite on the field, and he's gonna negate something really good. So and absorb one of your monsters. So yeah, but that's Cyber Dragon. Okay, it's not like you're having a lot of negate monsters from different archetypes in that one deck that you have. But yeah, I am excited for this. I'm going to like. I'm gonna make Slifer first. Take them like one at a time, cause nah. Some people gotta save their money for like better things or important things, but Yu-Gi-Oh is definitely something important. My opinion.
Definitely. It's a passive time now. It's like a little fucking hobby you could play with friends, and that's what I like to do with you guys.
Yeah,
You start up that shit again way. Like meet up and then fucking play.
yeah. I mean, I would like to do that again. Hopefully, when all this stuff is done, or all COVID is gone. And I also like what they did with the spell cards. Thunder Force Attack. I like it when Konami named spells and trap cards after monster effect names, or monster attack names. I'm not sure if Thunder Force was the effect name or the attack, but judging by the cards look, it's been a while since I watched the original Yu-Gi-Oh, the Japanese, the sub, not dub, because dub is kind of trash. Besides some iconic voice actors, and I won't lie, I do like Yami Yugi's voice actor, Joey's voice actor, and Kaiba's voice actor. Even though I think Kaiba's voice actor in Japanese is superior, I do like to hear the English dub version of Kaiba being a super narcissistic asshole. It is funny. I like how the spell for Obelisk, Fist of Fate, which is the English name for his attack. 'Cause I know his Japanese attack name was God Hand Crusher. I do like both, but I don't know what I would stay with. God Hand Crusher or Fist of Fate. I mean, they sound pretty badass.
They
And
do. I like it when they too. I do like it too when they do that stuff. Way like when they name it like their attacks on spells or traps. Way it makes it like much more badass to use.
yeah, I mean, I like to yell out the freaking attack or effect names if I can remember it or if I can come up with it. Thunder Force Attack. Let's see. This card activates an effect cannot be negated. Good, because that's a god card. That's a god support. It shouldn't be able to be negated. If you control a monster with the original name Slifer Sky Dragon, destroy as many face-up monsters your opponent currently controls as possible. Then, if this card is activated during your main phase, you can draw cards equal to the number of monsters destroyed and sent to the opponent's graveyard by this effect. But you can attack with only one monster this turn. You can only activate one Thunder Force attack per turn, and that makes sense because this card is kind of broken if it didn't have it once per turn. Let's see. Let's go with Fist of Fate. I forgot with all these effects do, honestly, even though I saw them a long time ago. Fist of Fate. Fist of Fate. If you control a monster with original name of Obelisk the Tormentor, negate the effects of one effect monster your opponent controls, and if you do, Destroy that card. And if you do that, for the rest of this turn, its effects are negated as well as activated effects and effects on the field of monsters with the same original name, which means it's negated either way, even if you got a second one on the field or if it's in the graveyard, they're negated as long as they got the same name. Then, if this card was activated during your main phase, you can destroy all spell and track cards your opponent controls. This card's activation effects cannot be negated, which is good. God, yeah, that was all. I think it was Obelisk's weakness, Mirror Force. It's a reference to he doesn't want to be Mirror Forced. Nobody wants to be Mirror Forced or magic. What's it called? It's magic.
Cylinder?
Yeah. I remember my cousin did that to me when I had legendary Magic card set with 8,000 attack. He only had one card set. He had no monsters. It was my only monster in the field. I had like 8,000. I think I had 8,000 life points. I was going to finish him off with a one shot, and then he magic cylinder me, and I took 8,000 to the face.
Yeah, dude, those type of cards, man, like, Jesus. They're game winners, though.
They are casually. But yeah, they're fun to run. They're fun to see. Oh, look, the Japanese name for this card is God Hand Crusher. Yeah, see, I like that. And then what was crossing? What crossing? What Animal Crossing? Wait, what was it? What was the? Okay, well, people now know what I was looking at in eBay, which were Yu-Gi-Oh mats.
Sure.
They were
The
surprisingly not
fucking
hentai.
logos.
Yeah, sure. What am I gonna do with that? Soul crushing. Soul crushing. It's a quick play spell. During the main phase, immediately after this effective Solace Tribute, summon one Divine Beast monster. When you do, you can also tribute monsters your opponent controls. Tribute monsters your opponent controls. Tribute monsters your opponent controls. As if
Read
you
that again.
controlled them. Tribute. You can also tribute monsters your opponent controls.
Yeah, those type of effects way, I hate them.
As if you
Like,
controlled them, but you can only activate one card or effect other than Divine Beast monsters effects per turn into the end of the next turn. You can only activate Soul Crossing per turn. Now it doesn't say it cannot be negated. It can be negated, and I can see why they didn't put that protection because this is kind of this kind of that is straight out just dumb, but dumb good. You contribute monsters your opponent controls. Monsters, not monster. Monsters. So if I had one monster on my field and I activate this and I had a divine beast in my hand, which most likely I will, and my opponent has monsters in the field, three, three or two, and it looks like I don't it looks like I don't even have to have a monster in my field to activate it. Just you, if you have three. Maybe I could be wrong,
that
but
would suck. That would stop some plays, dude.
that is so good. It would have been better if it couldn't be negated, but I don't blame it for not having that protection. It's a quick play also, so you can activate it in anybody's turn as long as the card's set. It can stop plays. I would purposely just set it, even though I could use it right now, just to stop my opponent's plays. God, that's such a good card. It's a good card. Soul crossing souls in Japanese. God, Pessimistic God. Oh, in the God box, yeah, for the Japanese. Well, over there in Japan, we're gonna get in the structure deck. God, that's just so good. And then, I guess to finish it off, King's Court will be a next booster set right after Lightning. Lightning something? Lightning Vortex, I think it's called. I could be wrong. Where the new support for Utopia comes out. Keen's Court, which is it might be changed, but for now it's called Keen's Court. Keen's Court is the newest 60 card booster set with world premiere cards that can be played by themselves or as the engine of an Egyptian god card strategy. It releases also on the same month, but on the 24th, 2021. This set contains the complete Keen's Court booster set contains 60 cards, 10 ultra rare cards, 15 super rare cards, 35 rare cards, 15 cards in the set are also available as collector's rares. So it's going to be another Toon Chaos set with some reprints, most likely. Some new cards for that can be used for the Egyptian, most likely from the prismatic god box that we didn't get over here in the TCG. Maybe even some new cards for sure. King's Court sounds like it's gonna have maybe some Dark Munition cards, some reprints, some maybe Red Eyes Dragoon, please. I don't want to spend $50 to buy one. Uh,
Me neither.
Reprints for Magician's Soul. I need that to make my Dark Munition deck not breaky as it is right now. Okay, I need that. So please reprint that. Reprint the fusion card with Dark Munition Girl becoming the Ultimate Wizards, whatever. Because I also don't want to spend like $20. I mean, I might, maybe. I honestly just need one, but I would want to have three copies instead of one. I would want some reprints for the Dark Munition set. So I mean, it says King's Court, and we all know Yami Yugi, also known as Atom, his real name is a king. He's a pharaoh. That's what a pharaoh is. So, and I'm also curious to see the new god support. So I can't wait for all of this stuff. I cannot wait. I wish we were already on the 6th. We need 3 more months, or yeah, 3 more months, right? So are we in the third, or I forgot.
We're
We're in the
already.
second. We're gonna be in the third. Yeah. No, we
Yeah, we're gonna be in third in like 5 days, I think.
yeah. Okay. Well, we need more. We need to be there. God, I just cannot. I'm surprised. I mean, I kind of had a feeling they were gonna do this because they did the Sacred Beast. I'm wondering what they're gonna do with the Wicked Gods because with the vote that they did in Japan, in the OCG Japan, they voted for what is the next archetype that needs support, and I know it was the Wicked Gods. I think Ice Barriers, and I forgot who else won. I want to say, because I know they did another voting with the next structure decks, and it was Sacred Beast, El Shaddai, and Cyber Style, which is a combination of Cyber and Dragon. No, Cyber Dragons and Cyber Darks. So I forgot what was the other voting, but I know it was the Wicked Gods. I think they won third. And then I think the Ice Barriers, which they made them into a structure deck, which I feel like they still need support, but art's alright, I guess. I think Drag Unity. Yeah, Drag. I think they did it with the Dragon Unity. So I'm wondering what they're gonna do with the Wicked Gods. Are they gonna make like their own structure decks too? Because they are gods too. And or are they gonna put them like in their support and they booster set? Which if they do, I hope they're not expensive as hell.
It would be pretty badass for them to get their more support way, make
I
them more fucking
I want to summon
playable.
the Wicked God Eraser. I used to run in my Lair of Darkness. Dude, I think Lair of Darkness with the God cards it's gonna be abusable. I can imagine already.
Have you tried doing anything like that?
On Yu-Gi-Oh! Pronoun, because I rather not. But I can kind of see Lair of Darkness doing a lot of stuff with the God cards. I used to run Wicked Eraser on my Lair of Darkness. It's alright. It's not reliable as much if it's reliable if your opponent's losing. And you can if you have like multiple tokens and monsters on your field, and then you just end up drawing it. But like they just need support. They also need to make that fusion card where you fuse all three of the Egyptian god cards to make that one powerful Egyptian goddess to appear. I forgot her name, Mekhet, I think.
Wasn't that a thing already? I thought it was.
It is, but in the OCG, we don't have it here in the TCG.
Oh shit, really? Damn.
Yeah, I don't know why. There's probably a reason for it. It's probably a dumb reason, but yeah, I would want it to be here. I mean, we're getting world premiere cards, so I mean, it's possible we can get that. We should already had it a long time ago, but and I kind of think they are gonna do that because with the new poly that came out, uh, I believe with Blazing Vortex, I forgot what it's called, but you fusion summon using three materials, and it gains the effect where it's unaffected by card effects. So, and I'm thinking this looks like a really good fusion. It looks like a godlike fusion. And to fusion summon that goddess, you need the three Egyptian god cards, and then it gains kind of a broken effect where it's protected. So I think that's a sign that we might get her.
I really
So
do hope so. Eh?
yeah, and I mean I'm kind of done talking about all this. I got all the stuff I want to say out of my head. How about you,
Got a lot of
Kaiser?
fucking mind. No, I have nothing. Way like I agree with most of your points. Way
Anything you hope for King's Court?
I haven't read up on that. I don't even know what that is.
It's just a booster set. It doesn't have a lot of information. It just says that the new cards that are going to be there can run with the Egyptian God engine.
I
So
thought it would be like a noble knight type of thing.
and it's a collector rare too. So you want to start collecting cards. It's basically a Toon Chaos booster set. So this is your chance to actually buy a booster pack and just collect those cards. Maybe even use some of them or save them for. You know what?
What
What
the
structure
fuck?
deck you're gonna build?
I bought fucking Slifer. Way.
Slifer.
Oh, for sure.
If it's just you and me, I'll get Obelisks first. Then I'll do Slifer. Maybe I can build Raw around the same time too. I'm trying to build my Raw deck, but trying to want to finish my Harpy deck. So yeah, I can't wait for this set. Pretty sure everyone's also excited about this. And we're ended here. Fusion Hades out, and come on, Kaiser.
And Kaiser Serpent out.